What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very well. We are full spooky mode. It is October. Halloween's coming. I got my awesome transmog on. Or this is from the trading post right now. And then we got a bunch of decorations in the background. We got some fun spooky cats and stuff. It's fun. It's Halloween fun right now. We're gonna look at a Dawnbreaker that I did plus 10. I'll look at the talents really quick for Ellie Shaman. We did play Stormbringer. I think in the build that I actually run on this Dawnbreaker, I'm not running Thunderstrike Ward. I'm running Storm Frenzy. I think the more meta build for Ellie right now is to run Thunderstrike Ward. Because you sort of have enough haste at this point that Storm Frenzy loses value, right? It just is not as valuable to get cast speed reduction when you're sitting at 25 to 40% haste all the time, depending on your Splintered Elements proc. Okay, so just know, I think Thunderstrike Ward is probably a bit better at this point. It's kind of a preference thing, but I think Thunderstrike Ward will result in more damage. So bear that in mind. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at this Dawnbreaker that we did. He was clearly the problem. This was a couple days ago. So the affix is still the same. It's the Xalatath affix where one mob spawns and you have to kill it. And then it gives you mastery. No, cooldown reduction. And leech, I think, right? Or healing effectiveness, whatever it is, something like that. The cooldown reduction is the big one. So for Ellie Shaman, it's actually a really good week for us because we're just sending all of our cooldowns every time anyway, right? You're sending your Stormkeeper, you're sending Storm Ellie, you're always using Liquid Magma Totem. To get those back more quickly is quite good. That is quite cool, to be honest. Really do enjoy that. So this is us. So we're blasting. No Ogvoker. I completely pugged this key. I'm 621. 622, I think, actually, on Ellie Shaman now. My item level. My stats you can see next to my camera here. We got 25.5% crit. We have 22% haste. We almost have 30% mastery there. And then a little bit of verse. So that's where we're sitting. I should have more haste. If I was a full-time Ellie Shaman and not a Resto Shaman, I would have more haste, but I'm kind of multi-specking there, right? So I'm more decked out for my raid, which is why my crit is a lot higher. But crit is really good for Ellie now. So this is kind of where you want to be stats-wise. This is kind of close. Anyway, so yeah, we're blasting. First little section here, we're gonna rush through the. I'm not gonna rush through the entire video, but oh yeah, I fell off. How did I fall off here? Hold on, this is great. What happened? Oh, I went to mount up here. Watch this. Wow, I am just like having a fucking moment. Instead of mounting, I pressed. My mount is right next to my gust of wind. It's my number 5 and number 6. Then I landed in the water, but it wouldn't even let me. I actually nailed the landing. Friggin' Blizzard, man. Anyway, we do the first boss fight here. We do the bombs on either side. Then we get to the first boss fight. So here we go. We're going to pop Lust. We're going to pop Stormkeeper. We don't have Storm Ellie right away, but we will get it in about, I would say, 6 seconds. Maybe from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's not back yet. Damn. That was close. 7, 8. It was like 10 seconds. Point is, it comes back. That's how it works. It's very quick. We also have the cooldown reduction from the affix, which is coming up right now. Again, this is awesome, I think, for our spec. I think that, I'm not sure, like, what spec benefits the most from this. It would have to be the specs that have, like, 1 minute cooldowns, right? Like a Dark Ascension Shadow Priest or, I don't know, like a Templar Rep Pally maybe or something. Could be some really cool stuff there just because of the cooldown reduction. But anyway, this is the first boss. Basically, the main thing you want to think about is using your Spearwalker's Grace when the beams are up, right? And you need to bait the swirlies as a ranged person. So Collapsing Knight is the swirlies I'm talking about. Those aren't being baited very well right there. They will disappear eventually, but the point is you have to have enough room to walk around the boss when she does the beams. Right now, we're really close to this, and we should be further away. So luckily, we phased her, so it doesn't matter. But Collapsing Knight, see, again, I didn't bait this very well. That was bad. And then once the beams come out, you want to use Spearwalker's Grace. That's the two big things. Bait the circles to the corners of the arena, and then use Spearwalker's Grace. This is exactly the problem I'm talking about. I now have to run over here, but I do have Spearwalker's Grace, so I can cast while moving, which is okay. But that was like, our placements are really bad, And this is a +10 key, but even on higher level keys, you're going to have to nail your placements or else you're in big trouble. This is mostly on the tank and then the range DPS, I would say. The range DPS need to be in a good position, and the tank needs to try and put the boss in a good position for the beams. That's that entire fight. Excuse me. Okay, then we fly down here. And I almost died of the darkness. See, it's like not going away. And then, boom, it finally went away. I guess because the boss has to die. This tank then pulled this back area, which I just don't think is the play because you can die as soon as you land. Very dangerous. I don't think that's the correct play, but it doesn't matter. This is what he did. And finally, everybody's here. And then you're going to pull like almost everything inside this chapel cathedral thing, okay? Like you're pulling every pack in here. This is the middle pack, okay? Again, in terms of DPS for us, let me just say, if you're looking to get bigger numbers playing a Tempest Ellie Shaman, a Stormbringer Ellie Shaman, I would get into the habit of tab targeting your earthquakes. You don't have to tab target them, but I have found over doing like over 100 keys already with this thing that if I just stay on the one target and I keep pressing earthquake, it does shuffle my lightning rods. It does. It will like move them around, but sometimes it doesn't. And there is inconsistencies in my damage when I am just targeting one person and going earthquake, 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 just hoping that it'll bounce the lightning rods to nearby enemies. It's just been inconsistent, okay? I'm just telling you right now, after doing probably 100 keys already on Ellie Shaman this season, it's just inconsistent. So I would just get used to tab targeting. And then I know if you don't like that, I get it, but it really is going to give you more damage, especially with Tempest. When you have multiple targets, if you have a Tempest proc and you already have an earthquake on the enemy you're targeting, you should switch targets because Tempest will give you a lightning rod as well, which is really good. So anyway, it's a small detail. I'm just saying the more lightning rods you have active, this is going to push your damage from doing like 1.5 million damage on an AoE pack to like over 2 million, or from 2 million to 2.5. It's literally going to give you that extra edge that you're looking for. So that's my big tip, I would say, for any key, is that you need to be tab targeting your earthquakes, okay? That's a huge part of it. Otherwise, you're just losing damage. To be totally honest, you're just losing damage. So example here, I have Tempest and Earthquake ready to go. I have a lightning rod on this enemy already. You can see the lightning rod symbol, okay? I switch targets over here and I put another one over here. Boom. Now we have a lightning rod over here as well. So now I have 3 lightning rods because I've been tab targeting successfully. There's another Tempest on a new enemy. So now I have 4 lightning rods. I know it's hard to see, kind of impossible to see actually, but that's my main point. Lightning rod, lightning rod, lightning rod. There's still 3 of them up. So just do it, okay? Just get used to doing it. If you're trying to min-max your damage as Ellie, this is a way to help you do that, is to tab target your Tempests and to tab target your Earthquakes so that the lightning rods are spread out and you're doing Giga Chad damage, okay? That's what we want. We don't want to do Giga Chad damage, so we know that. Then this guy went and pulled this pack. I don't think I've ever pulled this pack on Dawnbreaker. It was cool, though. Like, I don't care. I think he like didn't pull some packs outside of the chapel cathedral area, and so we're making up for it down here. I actually think these packs are easy. They're really clumped up already. You can just AoE them down. So I actually really liked what this guy did here. I think that this was a good move, and I would highly encourage you guys to do this pull because it's good for DPS. I don't know, they're not that dangerous. He does another pull here. I think you need something like 95% or something before you go up to the ship. I actually don't remember what it is. Here's the mini boss. Then he just pulls the mini boss like this. Look at this. Normally you would go behind the house over here, right? Like way over here, you would pull this pack and the mini boss, but he just attacks it from this side near the fountain, and then we're able to kill it. So like, I don't know. It just kind of worked. And now we have a whole bunch of room over here to work with, except I don't really know where the orbs are supposed to go. We needed to put the boss in the center right here so that the orb could go straight out. But I think this guy kind of nails it anyway. This rogue absolutely nailed the placement, I think. Yeah, look at that. Not too bad. That's actually not too bad. So Mage is going to die because the healer's just not looking at him. He has a dot on him. Very, very nasty dot, but that's okay. Another orb going to come out here, and we send it right down mid there. Yeah, I didn't mind this, actually. This is a very different way to pull this mini boss. I'd never done it before, but heck, it worked. So whatever. Then we do pull the spider dude behind where this boss is standing. This is controversial. You know, you can do this or not do it. If you don't pull this guy, you have a very limited room to work with on the boss fight, on the Anubikaj boss fight. So it's whatever. Like, there. Now we have tons of room. It's kind of nice. So, I don't know. I bloodlust this fight, okay? One thing I want to talk about that's really important for DPS is knowing your role. Know your role in the dungeon, in the key, wherever you are. What's my role here on this boss fight? Is it to be the top of single target damage? No. As an LA Shaman, I'm absolutely not going to be at the top of the single target damage on this fight. Really, my job is to have Stormkeeper available when the ads spawn. That is literally my job, okay? And to have Tempest up. So there's a Tempest proc, get big chain lightnings going, another Tempest proc here with Stormkeeper, and then boom, the ads are deleted. They're gone. Boom, in about 5 seconds since they spawn. That's a really, really important thing you can do. Yes, we are top of the meters now in the fight. Please, that's not the point. My point is, know your strengths and your weaknesses and make sure that you play to those strengths. If I blew my Stormkeeper before the ads got there and like didn't have it up in time for the ads, I would be letting my team down because the rest of my team doesn't have the same kind of burst AoE that I do. We're kind of like the Fury Warriors in range, in my opinion. I think Ellie Shaman has some of the best on-demand burst AoE that you want. So that's your job. Blow up the ads. There's a second round of ads. Sorry, I just want to get to it really quick. Here comes the animate shadows. We have Stormkeeper up. We have Tempest. I have Liquid Magma Totem. I'm dropping everything, okay? Tempest, boom. Stormkeeper. And then they're fried. And again, they're dead in about 5 seconds. So if you don't do that, if they stick around for too long, the fight just gets exponentially harder. So just do that for your team. Be a Giga Chad, okay? Back up to the top, we're going to kill the mini boss, and then it's the last boss fight. The last boss fight is like pretty easy. There's not a lot to it. One thing you need to know as a DPS player is that your damage in this first phase is basically irrelevant. It's all about doing damage with the bombs. Do not sit here and like try to min-max your damage while there's bombs behind you. Those are the Arathi bombs right there. Pick up the bombs and do damage with the bombs, okay? The boss's health goes down based on bombs. Look at the boss's health right now. We've been hitting the boss this entire time, and he's still at 100%. And now we're about to throw these bombs. The boss is still at 100%, okay? We start throwing the first bomb, and he goes down to 88%. And then he goes down to, when the next one blows up, 83%. So, like, again, we're not doing any, like, by the time this phase is over, you will have done 3% of the boss's health with your damage. And that's fine, but that's not the point. The point is to just do the bombs. It's not the healer's job. The healer has a really difficult job at the beginning of this fight. He has to heal people like right now, these crazy dots that are going on. Just throw the bombs, be a good team player, and then the dungeon will go much better. Once you do about 6 bombs, the boss will fly away. We kill the affix. One thing I want to say about flying down to the final phase is that you can fly down basically directly to where you need to go. You don't have to follow the boss, okay? So watch this. I jump out. Where am I going? I'm going right here. I don't need to follow the boss down into like the town and keep following the orange circles. You have enough time to fly directly to where you need to go. And once you get there, there's going to be a lamplighter guy waiting for you, okay? So I have about 2 seconds left, and then boom, I'm good to go. So no matter where you are up in the circle of the ship, you basically can fly a direct route down to where the boss is going to land, okay? Just remember that. Then we do the final boss fight. You know, you take out the webs, you do the green stuff. It's nothing too crazy. For Ellie Shaman, as soon as you get hit with the web, you can gust of wind out. Watch this. Boom, gust of wind, break it immediately, and we're good. You won't take any extra damage from the web. So just save your gust of wind for every single one of those webs if you happen to get them. And that's it. That's the whole fight, guys. Let's get to the end here. Let me see the damage overall. I really like the Stormbringer build. I'm having a hard time enjoying the Farseer build compared to the Stormbringer one, honestly. We actually also got Keystone Hero here. I got above 2,500 rating, which was really cool. I'm actually a lot further beyond that now. We died again for some reason afterwards, but whatever. We did 1.2 million overall, which was not too bad. And there's the breakdown. Chain Lightning, Lightning Rod. Wow, look at that. Look at the Lightning Rod damage. Why? That's because we're tab targeting. Okay, I'm telling you right now, it's because we're tab targeting our Earthquakes. We're tab targeting our Tempests. We're making sure to maximize that damage, okay? Please, if you're trying to get better at LE Shaman, this is one of the biggest tips I can give you in AoE is to tab target your Earthquakes. Just get used to doing it. And I know that it does work the other way as well, but I'm just telling you it's not as consistent as we would like it to be. So there you go, guys. That's the breakdown. That's a Dawnbreaker dungeon. It's not too difficult. It's probably one of the easier dungeons, maybe the easiest one to do right now. But that was a +10, and it was a lot of fun. If you want to play this build, I will link it down below, okay? And you can get going yourself. Hope these tips and tricks help you guys out a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.